Coming to today's agenda, yesterday we have been discussed about the post processor and the bean shell also we have been discussed. So before going to jump on to the parameterization, let me complete this assertion topic. So then I will move to parameterization. Okay. So why assertion is required in the JMeter? Okay. So why the assertion is required in the JMeter? So that I need to explain first before going to jump on to that particular topic. Okay. See, let us assume I am launching Flipkart application. So you know everybody we are using like the Flipkart application. So I have entered Flipkart here and just clicking on the enter button. See how you are ensuring that you have been landed on the Flipkart. Okay. What I am speaking. See, I am launching one application here which is called Flipkart. మీరు www.flipkart.com and type చేశారు. Okay, you have entered that one in your browser and then you have clicked on the enter button. So you have landed on some other page. ఎక్కడో ఒక పేజ్ వచ్చింది మీకు. So how you can ensure so whether you have been landed on the same page or not? మీకు కావాల్సిన పేజ్లో మీరు ల్యాండ్ అయ్యారా లేదా మీరు ఎలా కనుక్కుంటారు? ఓకే, see here you can see flipkart.com and whatever the page you are on now. Okay, currently you are landed, so there you can see here Flipkart. So what it mean, you have landed on the Flipkart page now. This is the Flipkart home page. Okay, so now within the Flipkart I am going to do some transactions. Okay, I am going to click on the mobile. See, if I click on the mobile, I am going to redirect into the page where I can see the mobiles only. See, so everything you can see related to mobiles. Okay, so yeah, so if you click on that mobile, you can see the in this page particularly you can see all the mobiles you can see. Okay, see మీరు ఎలా కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకున్నారు whether you have been landed on the same page or not? Okay, I have clicked on the mobile, so therefore I am seeing only the mobile things over here, only mobile సంబంధించిన products మాత్రమే చూస్తున్నాను. So that is the way you can confirm. Next, so I wanna click on MI. See here I am going to search for the electronics. I am going to click on the MI. Okay, if I click on the MI, so I will be redirected to the page I can see where I can see only MI products. Okay, how you are confirming that? So here I am scrolling on that particular page. Okay, I am seeing only MI related stuff. I am not seeing any other related information and all over here. So I have been landed on the same page. Okay, this is the manual process. Okay, this is the manual process. How you can automate this process? Okay, so మీరు JMeter రికార్డ్ చేస్తారు. ఇది రికార్డ్ చేసిన తర్వాత how you can automate this process? I don't want to verify each and every page manually whether I have landed on the Flipkart or not. So next action is I am going to click on the mobile. So whether I have been landed on the mobile page or not. So next action is MI. Okay, MI TV I am searching, right? So I am going to click on the MI. So I have been landed on the MI products or not. So these and all things I need to automate that. I don't want to see the manual interruptions and all. Manualగా నేను వెళ్ళి చెక్ చేసుకునేది అలా నడవదు. Okay, it will take more time. Okay, so for the single user, yes, you can validate it. Okay, for the single user you can validate it, but whenever you are running the test for the longer duration like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour like that with more number of users, you cannot validate each and every request manually. Okay, you cannot validate, absolutely you cannot validate. So in such scenarios what we need to do, so we need to use the assertions. Okay, so we need to use assertions to validate. Okay, so I will tell you how you can use assertion, how many types of assertions we do have to validate your request response. Okay, so I will tell you. Go to your JMeter. Okay, so we'll go on recording today. So Firefox software updater. Do you want to allow this app to make the changes your device? Yes. Firefox installing your updates and will start in few seconds. Okay. Who is this guy? Okay, fine. Yeah, so now I want to record one script. Okay, so can someone tell me how I can record?
Test script recorder.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, tell me, Raja.
Test script recorder, sir. Add.
Yeah, we need to add test script recorder. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, add it. Next.
View result tree.
View result
Listener.
tree where I
Listener.
can add.
Listener.
So right click on the test script recorder, mouse or on
Add.
add listener view
Yes, sir.
result tree. Okay, so it will act like a recording time log. You can rename it as a time log.
Recording.
Yeah, recording time log. Next,
We need to add thread group in test plan.
thread group. Yeah, so thread group added. Okay, done. So next,
Go to script recorders.
yeah, script recorder.
Thread target controller.
Yeah, target controller.
Test plan thread group.
Test plan thread group.
Grouping.
Yeah, grouping.
Put each group in your transaction control.
Yeah, next.
Start.
Yeah,
Records.
click on the start.
Okay. Bye.
You can see now it is taking too many time, so much time it is taken to generate the root certificate. Okay, so
Yes.
what it means, so back end it is generated one certificate. Okay, సో సర్టిఫికేట్ జనరేట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, మీకు అర్థం అవ్వలేదు జనరేట్ అయిందా లేదా, ఓకే నో ప్రాబ్లం, యూ కెన్ గో యువర్ బ్రౌజర్. ఓకే, సో యా, సో ఎంటర్ ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ నేమ్ T01_launch. I have entered the transaction name here and I am going to perform the pet store. Okay, so petstore.com, petstore octopub.com. So launching is going. Okay, so see, I have entered T01 launch as a transaction name and doing one transaction called https petstore octopub.com. I have been entered. Okay, so that is the అందరూ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎనీ డౌట్ రీచ్ అవుట్ మీ, ఎనీ డెస్క్ వేసుకోండి. సో వితౌట్ ఎనీ డెస్క్ ఐ కాంట్ హెల్ప్ యూ. వై? బికాస్ మీరు ఏం చెప్తున్నారో నాకు అర్థం కాదు. సో మీరు చూస్తేనే అర్థమవుతుంది. సి, పొటెన్షియల్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఇష్యూ. సో వై యూ కెన్ గెట్ ద పొటెన్షియల్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఇష్యూ? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ రూట్ సర్టిఫికేట్. Okay, so we need to install the root certificate, JMeter root certificate, right? So click on the stop button. ఎందుకు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి? ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేశాను కదా అంటే, సో ప్రీవియస్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ బీన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ ద JMeter certificate that is valid for only 7 days. That validity got expired now. So therefore JMeter just now it is generated one root certificate. Okay, so this is the root certificate. Right click on it and click on the properties. Okay, click on the properties so that you can see the properties of the certificate. Just now it is generated. See, 25 February 807, you can see. Okay, so just now that certificate is generated. So whenever the new certificate is generated, what you need to do, you need to install that certificate in the browser. So if not, you can get the same kind of exception you can get wherever you are working. Okay, potential security issues, if you click on the advanced also, it will show like certificate issue. Okay, here you can see that certificate is not trusted because the issue is certificate has issuer certificate has expired, you can see. Okay, so this is the certificate issue. What you need to do, you need to install the certificate in the browser. Okay, how you can install the certificate in the browser? Can someone tell me? Please assist me how I can install the certificate in the browser.
Go to triple marks.
Yeah,
Check. Go to settings.
yes, settings.
You can search their certificates.
Yeah,
That works.
certificate.
And you go to certificates.
Yeah, view certificates.
You go authorities, imports, sir. Imports.
Yeah, authorities already we are there on authorities.
Imports.
On the import. Yeah. I am
Then
using 5.3 Apache JMeter 5.3. I am there in the bin folder. Yeah,
you can upload the certificates.
yeah, selected.
Open.
Yeah, click on open.
Okay, you can tick the 2 marks.
Shows 2. Next.
Okay.
Yeah, click on OK. That's all. So this is how you can install your certificate, okay, in the browser. Okay, yeah. So thanks for helping me to record. Okay, so to install this certificate as well. Okay, so you can see here those two have been recorded already. You can delete those things. So freshly we are going to record now. Okay, so click on the start button. That's all. See, JMeter certificate pop on వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay, so click on OK. So you are seeing right, this is the pop-up window. So now the JMeter is ready to capture your transactions. Okay, so enter your transaction name T01 underscore launch. Okay, so enter your application name now. So petstore.octopub.com. Now see, you are able to launch your application. So previously we are not able to launch because of the potential security issue. So whenever you are seeing the potential security issue, so the issue might be with the root certificate. So you need to install your root certificate in the browser. So then only you can record your transaction. See, my second transaction is enter the store. I am clicking on the enter the store now. First we need to enter the name of the transaction and then only you need to perform the transaction. Okay. So next I am going to click on the where fish. So just enter T03 fish, click on the fish. Okay. So yeah, that's all. Just click on the stop button. Okay. So go to your JMeter. Okay. So here you can see. So those things have been recorded. You know how to filter everything, right? So you know everything, right? How to filter your script and all. Okay. Go on filter. Okay. So this is incoming telemetry. Maybe incoming telemetry. Okay. So so which is unwanted you can delete from here. So you are already aware like which and all, okay, you don't want which and all required. So those things and all you are aware, so you can go and you can delete those. Yeah, so we have launched the application, enter the store and clicked on the fish. Okay, so now we'll see how to add the assertion. So assertions eppudu add cheyali. Okay, so assertion meeru, so while whenever I mean after performing the correlation you can add the assertion to the each and every request. Okay, so for each and every request we need to add the assertion. First మీకు launch చూపిస్తాను so that you can understand, okay, how you can validate that particular request and all. Okay, see, right click on the thread group, mouse around to the add and add the listener view results tree. Why? Because why we are adding the listener here, so we want to see what request we are sending to the server, what response we are getting from the server. So those things we need to check it out. So therefore we can use the listener in the JMeter, and that too we are using view results tree here. Just click on the play button and see. Okay, click on the play button and see. Okay, so you have executed the launch, enter the store and fish. Those three you have been executed. Okay, so click on that request number 15, click on the response data, click on the response body and go with browser. Okay, so go with browser. So whenever you have launched your application, you can see this welcome to JPET store. If you want, I will show you. Okay, see, go to here petstore.octopub.com. Just click on the launch. See, I have launched the application. So where I can see welcome to the JPET store 6, enter the store. నాకు ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది whether I have landed on the same page or not. Okay, so whenever I have launched this particular application, so I need to see this welcome to JPET store. So then I can say that yes, I have been landed on the expected page. I have landed on the correct page. Okay, so that is the meaning of that particular thing. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఏముండాలి, వెల్కమ్ టు JPET store should be there on that particular page. So now, so here also in the JMeter you can validate that one, welcome to JPET store. Okay, పక్కాగా ఉంది, సరిపోయింది. So this is the way how you are validating manually, but I don't want to validate manually. So everything you need to automate this process. Okay, ఎందుకు automate చేయాలి? Let me go with 100 users, let me go with 10 users. Okay, don't give 100. So clear the data. Okay, so clear the data and run your test now. Okay, see, the test is going now. See, You are getting too many requests over here. See how many requests have been executed. Too many requests have been executed. Now I am asking you to validate each and every request. అప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేయాలి? Click on the launch 15, enable the response data, enable response body, and you need to verify like this. Each and every request you need to verify like this. Okay. ఇప్పుడు 10 మంది యూజర్తో పెట్టాను కాబట్టి చేస్తున్నావు. 100 మంది పెడతాను, చేస్తావా? 50,000 మంది పెడతాను. ఓకే, టుమారో ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ యూ టు రన్ ద టెస్ట్ విత్ 50,000 users. Will you do that? No, you cannot do that. Why? Because it will take more time. Okay, it will take more time to verify the manually. The verification manually is very, very difficult, and that is not okay recommended to validate each and every request manually. So ఏం చేయొచ్చు ఇప్పుడు? ఓకే, now what is the solution for this? Okay, see, you are validating the response whether you are getting the proper or not. For which request? Request number 15, right? So go to request number 15 here in the script. Okay, right click on that, mouse over onto that. Here you can see assertion. Okay, we can use assertion to validate your request. So whether you are getting the proper response or not, you can validate. So based on the assertion. Okay, so what is assertion? The people they will ask you in the interview, direct question. Okay, so assertion is nothing but assertion is the JMeter element, so which can be used to validate the request response. Whether we are getting the proper response or not, we can validate. So based on our requirement, we can use response assertion, we can use JSON assertion, we can use size assertion, we can use duration assertion. So like that, based on our requirement, we can use any assertion and we can validate the request response. Okay, so that you can explain in the interview. Okay, so now I'll tell you, so this response assertion. So yeah, I have added the response assertion over here. Okay, so now see what and all properties will be there in the response assertion. Here you can see on the top you can see response assertion, and the name also you can see the same thing, response assertion. You no need to rename to this response assertion, you can ignore it. So renaming is not required for this response assertion. Okay, so comments. Okay, yes, if you want to give any meaningful thing as a comment, yes, you can give there, or else you can ignore it, no problem. Okay, apply to this section, you already aware it. So you know whenever you are executing our script, so there will be the main sample and there will be the sub samples will be there. Okay, so main samples untai, sub samples untai. So therefore where you are validating this particular response, where you are validating, are you validating in the main sample, are you validating in the sub sample, or you are validating in both? So based on your requirement, you can select either main sample or sub sample, or main sample or sub sample. Okay, so out of 100 cases we will go 99 cases we will go with main sample only. Okay, so in some scenarios, yes, you can go with main sample and sub sample as well. But okay, so whenever your assertion is failing at the time, you cross check one more time. That means whatever the text you are searching for, so the text is appeared in the main sample, then you can go with main sample. If your text is appearing in the sub sample, then you can go and you can enable the sub sample. Okay, so almost we will go with main sample only. Why? Because in the main sample only we will get the responses and all. Okay, the JMeter variable, so there is no use with that, you can ignore it. Okay, and field to check, where you are going to check. Okay, I am going to verify one of the particular text. So నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నాను, so welcome to pet store, I want to search this. Okay, so I want to validate that particular request response. So whenever in the response I have seen that welcome to JPet store 6 is present, or welcome is present, or 6 is present, or enter the store is present, at the time what I can say, yes, I have been landed on the same page, expected page. So this is the response which I am looking for. Okay, where you are looking for, so that you need to select over here, whether that is a text response or response code or response message or response header, response request header, URL, document. So where you are looking into, ekkada nenu verify cheyali. Okay, so you can validate based on your request response, based on your status code also you can validate. I will show you how you can validate the status code and all. First I will go with text response. Okay, so why? Because so now I am going to validate my request response. Okay, so based on the text which is present in the response body. So therefore I have chosen here the text response. Let us assume I want to validate a request by taking which is present in the headers, response headers like text/html. Let us assume I want to take this text/html. If that particular text is present in the response header, I can say that yes, I have been landed on the correct page. So therefore what you can do, you take this text/html, okay, copy from here and go to response assertion. So now which one you need to select? You need to select response headers. Okay, select the response headers and here you can see pattern to test. Under the pattern to test, click on the add and here you can paste over. Here you can paste it. Okay, so JMeter what it will do, so while executing this response assertion, okay, which field to test you have chosen like response header. Okay, so what it will do, it will go to response header and in the response header it will verify for text/html. Okay, click on the find. See that particular text is present over here means it will say like, so yes, your request is succeeded. Okay, you got the correct response. If we are not seeing any that particular request over here, so then you can see like that request it is failed. I will show you that. Okay. So now we are going with text response. You can ignore this one, leave it. Okay. So remove this one. Now what I am doing, I am going verify with this welcome. Okay. If the welcome is present, cannot file occurring mode, cannot copy the system clipboard. Okay, fine. So go with text. Okay, go with text. Always whenever you are copying the data, go with text and from here you can see JPEG store demo or you can see welcome to JPEG store 6. The same thing content you can see here. Also you can see enter the store as well. Okay, so you can copy anything. You can copy like welcome or you can copy enter. You can copy enter the store. You can copy anything from here. So I am copying this one. Welcome to JPEG store 6. I have copied. Now I am giving the text as a assertion here. Okay, control V. Okay, so that's all. So now you go and execute your script. Okay, so execute your script with a single user. Don't go with multiple. Go with a single user now. So later we will go with multiple users. See, okay, so you are seeing in green in color. How you will come to know not response assertion it is working fine? How you will justify that? So go to response assertion. Now welcome to JPEG store 6 you have given, right? After 6 I am giving like Madhu. Okay, so now go to Visual Registry, click on the play button. Okay, now see what happens. Why it is failed? Okay, so why launch number 15, request number 15 it is failed. Double click on that one, you can see response assertion. Click on the response assertion. See here, test failed. Why? Test expected to contain welcome to pet store 6 Madhu, but the text is not present in the response which we are getting from the server. So therefore I am throwing an error ani meeku JMeter chepta undi. Okay, what it will do, so whatever the response assertion you have given here, it will copy simply. Okay, it will copy simply. So whenever it is received the response, okay, whenever it is received the response from the server, and it will okay, it will search for that particular text in the response body. Click on the find. Okay, see it is showing in red in color. Okay, so that's why it is throwing an error. Response assertion is failed. Okay, let me go to response assertion. Now here remove the Madhu. Okay, remove Madhu and go to view registry. Okay, clear your data and run your test now. Okay, so now it will show in green in color. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఏం చేస్తుంది, so it will verify that particular text is present in the response or not. See, it is present over there. Okay, it is showing in green in color. See, welcome to pet store 6. So that is present over here. So that's why your response assertion what it is telling, yes, that particular request is pass అయింది అని చెప్తాం. So now you can execute with any number of users. Now you can go with 10, you can go with 20, you can go with 30, you can go with 10 lakhs as well. So JMeter simply what it will do, it will validate each and every request. See, each and every request can be validated over here. Okay, request number 15 only, I am not talking about the remaining request. So remaining request like నేను response assertion add చేయలేదు. I have added only response assertion. Like the similar way you need to add the response assertion to each and every request. ప్రతి ఒక్క రిక్వెస్ట్కి రెస్పాన్స్ అసెషన్ యాడ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, so like this you can add the response session. Go to view results tree. Now I want to add this enter the store as well. Okay, so enter the store కూడా నేను validate చేయాలి. Click on the enter the store and see what response you are getting over here. So in the enter the store, whenever you have been clicked on the enter the store, so what all things you can see, go here and click on the enter the store. If you click on the enter the store, so you will be landed on the page, so where you can see fish, dog, cat, reptile, birds, these many things you can see. Okay, you can take any one word from here. JPEG store demo you can take, or sign in you can take, or fish you can take, or dog you can take, or various breeds you can take anything. So you can go and search in the log. Okay, in the response body over here you can get anything. Okay, so you can see fish. Okay, so you can see like everything you can see over here. Fish, dog, reptile. Okay, reptiles you can see. Okay, cats you can see, birds you can see. So each and everything will be there here. Okay, whatever you are seeing on the browser. Okay, so browser lo meer em chustunaro, the same information everything you can see over here in the response body. In this response body you can check, you can verify. See, so everything will be there over here. So yeah, మీకు ఏది కావాలంటే అది you can take from here. Okay, so you can take from here. I want to validate whether fish is present or not. So if fish is present over there, yes, I can say that yes, I have landed on the correct page. So what you can do, you can copy that fish from here. నాకు అలా వద్దు, నాకు వెల్కమ్ టు జేపెడ్ స్టోర్ ఏదో ఉంది, అది దాంతో నేను చేయాలి అనుకుంటే ఎస్, యూ కెన్ సర్చ్ ఫర్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. సో దట్ విల్ బి దేర్ ఓవర్ హియర్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది, మీరు వెతికితే సో యూ కెన్ క్యాప్చర్ ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ అండ్ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ విత్ ద ఫిష్ నౌ. ఓకే, I have copied fish from here, and so this is the request number 21. You can see request number 21. Go to request number 21 in your script. Okay, this is request number 21. Right click on it, mouse over onto the add. Okay, so add the assertion, response assertion we are going with now. Okay, so don't change any parameters anywhere. Okay, so just click on the add and paste your fish over here. That's all. Okay, so now, okay, go with a single user, don't go with multiple users, not required. Fish, clear the data and run your test now. See, everything, second request also it is showing in green color. So what it means, so whenever it is received the response, your JMeter received the response, you have added the response assertion, right? So therefore what it will do, it will search for that particular fish, it is present in the response or not. Go to view results tree, here it will search for that response. Okay, click on that find. So in that response body you can see that fish is present over there. So that's why it is showing in green in color over here. So green color lo meeku ochindante, yes, you are getting the proper response. Okay, so response assertion add చేసినప్పుడు. Okay, response assertion add చేయలేదు, so then you need to validate that one. So let I am giving like something junk over here, right? After fish I have added some junk over here. Now see what happens. Okay, your JMeter, it will search for that particular text, whatever you have been entered over there in the response assertion. What you have entered, fish something you have been entered, so that it is searching for over here. See, click on the response assertion here, you can see test failed. Why it is failed? Text expected to contain fish something, so but that is not present over here. So if you want to verify manually, so you can come here and you can copy everything. Okay, go to view results tree, go to the request, so paste over here and search for that. Okay, it is showing in red in color. See, it is showing in red in color. What it mean? So you are searching for that particular text, that particular text is not present in the response, so that's why I am throwing an error. So your assertion got failed. So that is also clearly it is showing like response assertion failed. Okay, so that's why it is throwing an exception saying this is the exception. Okay, నాకు ఇలా వద్దు. ఓకే, సో టెస్ట్ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ టు కంటైన్ సంథింగ్ నాకు ఇలా వద్దు అంటే, సో యూ కెన్ రైట్ ద కస్టమైజ్డ్ థింగ్. ఓకే, ఫెయిల్యూర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చు, కస్టమ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ మెసేజ్ యూ కెన్ రైట్. ఓకే, సో అసర్షన్ ఫెయిల్డ్, ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ లైక్ అసర్షన్ ఫెయిల్డ్. ఓకే, సో నౌ see what happens. So click on the play button and see. So what whatever the sentence I have written over there, the same sentence you can see now here in the assertion, response assertion failed. Okay, so why it is throwing like assertion failed? So whenever the assertion is failed, okay, assertion, your text is not present in that particular response, then so you can write the log over here. You can write the statement over here under the custom failure message. So whenever that particular text is not present in that response, then it will give the response like this, assertion failed. So whatever the thing you have been written over here, the same thing you can see over there. ఎప్పుడు ఫెయిల్ అయినప్పుడు, పాస్ అయినప్పుడు కాదు. సో పాస్ అయినప్పుడు మనం ఏమీ చూడలేం. వీ కెన్ సీ జస్ట్ సో ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఈజ్ పాస్డ్ అనేది చూస్తాం. ఓన్లీ ఇట్ విల్ షో ఇన్ గ్రీన్ ఇన్ కలర్. సో అంతకు మించి ఇంకేమీ రాదు. సి ద ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఈజ్ పాస్డ్ నౌ. సో దట్స్ వై వీఆర్ నాట్ సీయింగ్ ఎనీ రెడ్ కలర్ థింగ్స్ ఓవర్ హియర్. ఓకే, అన్ని గ్రీన్లోనే ఉన్నాయి చూడండి. సో వీఆర్ వ్యాలిడేటింగ్ 21 రిక్వెస్ట్ నౌ. దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో షోయింగ్ ఇన్ గ్రీన్ కలర్. సో వై? బికాస్ వాట్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ సర్చింగ్ ఫర్ ద టెక్స్ట్ ఫిష్, the text is present in the response, that's why it is showing in green in color. Okay, fail అయినప్పుడు, so yes, you whatever the customized message you have been written over here, so that customized message will be appeared over there. సో మీకు నాకు చూపించినట్టు మీకు కనబడుతుంది. మీరు హియర్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఎనీథింగ్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఆప్షనల్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రైట్ ఓవర్ హియర్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఓవర్ దేర్, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ యూ కెన్ ఇగ్నోర్ ఇట్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ కూడా కావాలంటే మీరు రాసుకోవచ్చు. దట్ ఈస్ ద సేమ్ టెంప్లెట్. రెస్పాన్స్ అసెషన్ ఈస్ ద సేమ్ టెంప్లెట్. వేర్ ఎవర్ యూ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ ద సేమ్ టెంప్లెట్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, సో కస్టమర్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ మెసేజ్ హియర్ ఆల్సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ రిటర్న్ ఎనీథింగ్ యూ కెన్ రిటర్న్ ఓవర్ దేర్. యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఓవర్. This is about response assertion. Okay, like this you can add the response assertion. Okay, see, I want to verify the status code. How you can verify? Okay, so I want to verify based on the status code. I don't want to verify so based on the message what I am getting in the response body. రెస్పాన్స్ బాడీలో వచ్చే డేటాని నేను వ్యాలిడేట్ చేయను. నాకు వచ్చే స్టేటస్ కోడ్ని బట్టి నేను వ్యాలిడేట్ చేస్తాను వెదర్ ఐఎమ్ గెట్టింగ్ ద ప్రాపర్ రెస్పాన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్. 200 వచ్చిందా, ఓకే, ఇగ్నోర్ ఇట్, ఐఎమ్ గెట్టింగ్ ద ప్రాపర్ రెస్పాన్స్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ గెట్టింగ్ 300 సో దెన్ యూ కెన్ సే దట్ సో దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ప్రాపర్ రెస్పాన్స్. ఓకే, అలాగా వ్యాలిడేట్ చేయాలి నేను. How I can validate? So I can go with here. Okay, fish, right click on that particular request, mouse over onto the add and add the assertion, response assertion only. Here go with status code, response code. Okay, go with response code and click on the add and give status code as 200 over here. Just click on the view results tree, clear the data and run your test. Okay, so everything you can see in green in color only. Why? Because okay, you are verifying your request response based on the status code, based on the response code 200 you have given. So you have received the 200 status code for the last request. For the last request, what is the request number? Request number 40. You got the status code 200. In the response assertion also you have given the status code as a 200. That's why it is showing in green in color. Let me change something. Okay, instead of 200 I'm giving 201. Okay, so whenever I have received the 201, then only I can say that yes, my request is passed. If not, I can say that request is failed. Okay, so clear the data and click on the play button. So now see, okay, this time your request it will fail. So in the fail in the double click on this particular request, click on the response assertion. Here you can see code expected to contain 201. Okay, so we are verifying the particular response. So based on the status code, and that too status code I have given as a 201. 201 I have mentioned, but I am getting 200 here. 200 I have received. So therefore your JMeter what it is telling, I have received the status code 200, but you have expected to contain 201. So therefore I am throwing an exception. Okay, so it is failed. Okay, so it is failed కాబట్టి ఫెయిల్ అని చెప్తాం. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ మీటింగ్ ద ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్. సో మనం ఏమనుకుంటామో దాన్ని మీట్ అవ్వలేదు కాబట్టి ఇట్ ఈస్ థ్రోయింగ్ ఎన్ ఎక్సెప్షన్ సేయింగ్ దట్ ఎర్రర్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద వే హౌ యూ కెన్ వ్యాలిడేట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద స్టేటస్ కోడ్. ఓకే, సో యూ కెన్ గివ్ ఎనీథింగ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్. యూ కెన్ గివ్ ఎనీ స్టేటస్ code here. Okay, 200. So why? Because so every time we are getting the 200 status code for this, right? So 200 is the status code. Whenever you have received the status code 200, I can say that I am getting the proper response. At the time, you can use the status code as a 200. So go to response assertion here, patterns to test. Here you can give like 200. Okay, so now click on the view registry, click on the play button. So this time you can see all the requests will be passed over there. You are seeing in green color now. So previously you have seen a red in color. Why? Because at the time we have verified that particular response. Okay, so based on the status code, I have given the status code as a 201 at the time. Okay, 201 ichamu. But whenever you are executing the particular request, we are receiving 200 as the status code. So that's why, so JMeter, it is compared the status code which you have given in the response assertion. Okay, compare చేసింది. So 201 అని ఇచ్చున్నాం మనము. 201 is not equal to 200. So that's why it is given red in color ఇక్కడ. Coming to in our case now, in the response assertion you have given 200 and you have received the same response code over here. So therefore 200 equal to 200. So therefore it is comparing. Okay, it is correctly matching. So therefore, so it is given the status as passed status, it is given. So green in color. Okay, so this is how you can verify your request response based on the response assertion. Okay, now we'll see other response assertions which are important. Okay, right click on the any request. So like this, for each and every request you need to validate the response assertion in the real time. Okay, in the real time, for each and every request you need to add the response assertion. See, so launch on the launch 15, that is the request. I have added one response assertion. See, request number 21 is there, I have added one response assertion. So request number 40 I have added one response assertion. So like that, for each and every request you need to add one response assertion. See, okay, so now right click on that request, mouse around to the add, here you can see assertion. Okay, now I'll go with size assertion. So JSON assertion, whenever I'm talking about the JSON API testing, at the time I will tell you about the JSON assertion, not now, you can ignore now. Okay, size assertion, it is important. So why we need to use the size assertion when we can use size assertion for testing? Okay, ఎప్పుడు వాడతాము? Okay, mainly 90% of the cases we'll go with response assertion only. We do not use remaining assertions and all. But there will be a scenario at the time we can use size assertion as well. So what is that scenario? ఎప్పుడు నేను వాడతాను size assertion అంటే, let us assume, okay, you are downloading any one file from your website. Okay, so you are downloading any image, you are downloading any what I can say, any media file like MP4, MP3, okay, such kind of things you are downloading like DOC, PDF, okay, any file you are downloading from your website. Okay, so now I want to verify that particular request response based on the size of the what we call size of the file. Okay, size of the file I want to verify. Okay, so let us assume you are downloading one image. So the image size should be, let us assume 100 KB. Okay, so 100 KB or 100 bytes. Let us assume 100 bytes is the, okay, 100 bytes is the, what is the size of your file. Okay, so at the time what you can do here, response body is there right here, response size field to opt. So here, okay, full response you can go and you can give the 100 bytes over here, size in bytes 100 you can give. Okay, so if you are getting, okay, if you are getting exactly 100 bytes, so then what you can say, yes, I am getting the proper response. If you are getting other than remaining like 100 కన్నా తక్కువ 100 కన్నా ఎక్కువ అలా వస్తూ ఉంది అంటే, you can say that, so yes, I am not getting the proper response. At the time what you can do here, simply you can choose any like arithmetic operations over here. Equal to అయితే you can go with equal to, not equal to అయితే you can go with not equal to. If it is greater than, you can go with greater than. If it is less than, you can go with less than. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, few options will be there here, arithmetic operations. Okay, so I mean comparable operatings and all, operators and all, here you can come and you can choose. Okay, so yeah, so now what I am telling here, so నాకు 100 కరెక్ట్గా వస్తేనే I can say that yes, I am getting the proper response. Therefore I can go with equal to. Okay, సో నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు అని పెట్టాను అనుకోండి, 100 కాకుండా ఏం వచ్చినా సరే it will give like yes, I am getting the proper response అని. సో if I have chosen like greater than, 100 కన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తేనే it will give the success response. If I have chosen this less than, so then what happens? So less than ante takkuva 100 కన్నా తక్కువ వస్తే it will consider like the expected response. So greater than or equal to, so 100 కన్నా ఎక్కువ వస్తే ఓకే, సో ఈక్వల్ టు గ్రేటర్ దాన్, సో ఎక్కువ వచ్చిందంటే ఇట్ విల్ కన్సిడర్ యాజ్ ఏ పాస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. సో లెస్ దాన్ ఇచ్చారంటే తక్కువ ఉంటే అది కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ హౌ యూ కెన్ వ్యాలిడేట్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ థింగ్. సో go to view results tree, go to request number 15. Why we are talking about request number 15? I have added the size assertion to the request number 15. So therefore we are talking about size assertion request number 15 now. So request number 15, okay, here you can see size in bytes. You can see size in bytes. How much size is there? We are having 1442 is the size. Okay, so now copy that one, 1442. Okay, here you can give 1442, that is the size you are getting now. So let us assume 1442 అంటే ఒక 100 తక్కువ అవ్వచ్చు, ఒక 100 ఎక్కువ అవ్వచ్చు. Let us assume I am giving like 1500. 1440 is nothing but 1442. So I have given 1500. So if we are getting size less than 1500, okay, if we are getting less than the size less than 1500, so I can say that yes, I am getting the proper response. If not, I can say that yes, I am not getting the proper response. Okay, so go with less than. So click on the view results tree. Okay, so any one assertion is fine. Okay, you can toggle that response assertion. Okay, don't add multiple assertions. Okay, it will impact on your performance. Okay, see, it is passed now. So in the pass the size in bytes you can see 1442, but how much size you have given here in the size assertion? You have given 1500, and that too you have given less than. So 1500 కన్నా తక్కువ వస్తే yes, we can say that we are passing the transaction. So now give greater than. Okay, so instead of this less than, give greater than. Click on the view results tree, just click on the play button now. Now you can get an error. So why you are getting an error? Double click on that particular transaction, double click on it, click on the size assertion, see, okay, so the result was wrong size. It was 1442 bytes, but should have been greater than 1500 bytes. Okay, 1500 bytes కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉండాలని మీరు చెప్తున్నారు. Okay, but according to that, okay, I have received this the size as 1442 bytes. So therefore I am throwing an error and JMeter చెప్తా ఉంది. Okay, so come to size assertion. Here I have given 1500, greater than I have given. Okay, so let me give as a not equal to. Okay, you can check each and everything based on your requirement. You can use any one of the option. We cannot use all the options. Okay, see, now we are getting the response. Okay, that also you can see green in color. ఎందుకు in the size assertion you have given like not equal to అంటే 1500 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. ఓకే, సో 1500 కాకుండా మిగతా ఏం వస్తాయి కూడా అది పాస్ అని చెప్తుంది. ఓకే, 1500 వచ్చింది అనుకోండి ఫెయిల్ అని చెప్తుంది. లెట్ మీ షో యూ 1442. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వన్, రైట్? సో గో టు విరల్ ట్రీ, హియర్ యూ కెన్ సీ 1442. మనం 1442 వచ్చిందంటే ఫెయిల్ చేసే అన్నాం అనుకో. సో అట్ ద టైమ్ యూ కెన్ గో విత్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు. ఫెయిల్ అయింది. ఎందుకు ఫెయిల్ అయింది? గో టు సైజ్ అసెషన్. The result was wrong side. It was 442 bytes, 1442 bytes, but should have not equal to 1442 bytes. రెండు ఒకటే ఉండకూడదు. రెండు ఒకటే ఉంటే ఫెయిల్ అని చెప్తున్నాం. ఓకే, ఇన్ ద సైజ్ అసెషన్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ టెల్లింగ్, ఓకే, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద నంబర్ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఎంటర్డ్, సో అది మాత్రమే వచ్చింది అంటే ఎస్, యూ కెన్ సే దట్ దట్ ఈస్ ఫెయిల్డ్. సో రిమైనింగ్ 441 వచ్చినా పాసే, 443 వచ్చినా పాసే, 1 వచ్చినా పాసే, 1 lakh వచ్చినా పాసే, 50,000 వచ్చినా పాసే, ఎనీథింగ్ రిమైనింగ్ 1442 తప్ప ఏది వచ్చినా పాస్ అవుతుంది అన్నప్పుడు ఎస్, యూ కెన్ గో విత్ దిస్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు. ఓకే, లెట్ మీ గో విత్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కంపారిజన్ యాజ్ ఎ ఈక్వల్ టు. నా సీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్. ఇంతకుముందు నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు పెడితే ఫెయిల్ అయింది, ఇప్పుడు సీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్. See, now it is passing. Okay, so you can see it is passing. So that is the way how you can use size assertion. Okay, so you can use any operator over here. So comparison operations, you can use anything like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, not equal, greater than equal to. Okay, so less than or equal to, you can use anything. Okay, based on your requirement you can use. Okay, So just now I have been validated based on the full response. Okay. In some scenarios we need to validate based on the response headers as well. Okay. So where I can get this response header size and all. Go to Visual Studio. Okay. So here you can see response header size in bytes. Okay, header size in bytes, here you can see, right? You can take this as a measurement 287 you can take, and you can give that 287 over here. Okay, so you can validate it. Okay, equal to, greater than, less than. So based on your requirement you can use any one of the operator over here and you can validate. So response body you can validate. Okay, response code also you can validate. Response code, let us assume 200 you are asking, right? You can use 200 equal to వస్తేనే 200 equal to 200 అయితేనే పాస్. సో 200 కాకుండా ఏదన్నా వస్తే ఫెయిల్ అన్నాం అనుకోండి, ఏది వచ్చినా పాస్ అన్నాం అనుకోండి. ఓకే, దెన్ యూ కెన్ గివ్ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు. సో గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 200 ఏది వచ్చినా పాస్ అయినా అనుకుంటే, సో యూ కెన్ గివ్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్. ఓకే, 200 కన్నా ఏది వచ్చినా ఫెయిల్ అనుకుంటే, లెస్ దాన్ ఏది వచ్చినా ఫెయిల్ అనుకుంటే యూ కెన్ గివ్ లెస్ దాన్. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఇన్పుట్ యూ కెన్ వ్యాలిడేట్ యువర్ రిక్వెస్ట్ రెస్పాన్స్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ యూ కెన్ యూజ్ ద సైజ్ అసెషన్. ఓకే, సైజ్ అసెషన్ మీరు ఇలాగా వాడుకోవచ్చు. Okay, so this is how you can use. So where you can use this size assertion in the real time. Okay, so I have a scenario. In my scenario, so there is a request called file downloading request. Okay, in the interview similarly they will ask you, I have a request, I have a scenario. In my scenario there is one request, so that is file downloading request or image downloading request. How I will come to know whether that particular transaction is pass or fail? Okay, so what you need to tell, so I can use the size assertion and I can validate that particular request response either based on the full response or based on the response body or based on the response header. So I can validate, so based on the size, so I can use size assertion. Okay, in the JMeter we have size assertion. I can use the size assertion and I can validate based on the full response or based on the response header, based on the request header, so based on the status code. So these are all things we do have. So I can validate based on my requirement. So ani మీరు చెప్పండి. Okay, so that is size assertion. Next, duration assertion. Okay, so why we need to use the duration assertion? Okay, so in some scenarios we will use, so majority of the cases we do not use all the assertions, we will use only one assertion, that is response assertion only we can use. The remaining and all we cannot use. But in the interview the people they will ask you, okay, so you can explain minimum 2 to 3 assertions. Okay, రెండు మూడు assertions చెప్పండి అని అడుగుతారు. So at that time you should be in a position to explain at least 2 to 3 assertions. That's why I'm explaining you here. But in the real time we cannot use, we do not use this many assertions. Always we will go with response assertion only. Okay, so coming to duration assertion, here also common to size assertion లో కూడా ఏమీ నేను it may apply to ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకు చెప్పలేదంటే these things are already you are aware. The name of the, okay, name of the component, okay, name of the component you are aware. Comments you can ignore it. Apply to you already know. Response size anyhow, these also you are already aware. The same thing will be there in the response assertions as well. Okay, request header, response message. Okay, everything, the same things, same components will be repeated, same properties will be repeated. Okay, in all the elements. So that's why I have skipped out there. Coming to duration assertion, here also if you want to rename you can rename it, but in real time we do not rename it. Rename cheyam. Okay, so comments you can ignore it. Apply to you already aware. So coming to duration to asset. Okay, so duration is nothing but it is a time, right? Time interval. Okay, based on the time you can verify whether you are getting the proper response or not. నాకు ఇంత టైం లోపల వస్తేనే, so I can say that yes I am getting the proper response. Okay, సో నాకు ఒక 10 సెకండ్స్ లోపల వస్తేనే నాకు డ్యూరేషన్ కరెక్ట్గా పాస్ అయినట్లు, లేదా 5 సెకండ్స్ లోపల వస్తేనే పాస్ అయినట్టు, లేదా 1 సెకండ్ లోపల వస్తేనే పాస్ అయినట్టు. సో లైక్ దాట్ వీ కెన్ వెరిఫై. సో హౌ యూ కెన్ వెరిఫై? Simply you can give the time over here. Just I am giving like 100 milliseconds I have given. That is 1 second. If that particular transaction is executed within 1 second, within like 1000 milliseconds, so JMeter it will consider okay, so it is getting the proper response. Okay, I will show you. 1000 seconds లోపలనే మనకు రెస్పాన్స్ వస్తే it will throw, okay, it will show like so we are getting the proper response. See, we are getting the proper response now. Here you can see latency 950, right? So how much you have given in the duration assertion? You have given 1000. So therefore, so that particular time is within that limit, 1000 లోపలనే ఉంది. That's why it is giving the green in color. So what it is telling, the transaction is passed over there. So let me give the duration assertion as like 200 milliseconds I am giving now. So now see what happens. Click on the play button and see. Okay, so now it is showing red in color. So why? Double click on that one and see. Click on the duration assertion. See, the operation lasted too long. It took 919 milliseconds, but should not have lasted longer than 200 milliseconds. 200 milliseconds లోపలనే రావాలి as per your duration assertion. So but it is taken 919 milliseconds. Okay, ఎక్కడ ఉంది 919 అంటే here you can see. Okay, so 919 latency you can see 919, duration it is taken 919 milliseconds. Okay, so that's why it is throwing an error. Okay, so you have given the duration time here 200 milliseconds. Okay, so within that time that particular request is not executed, so that's why it is showing like red in color. Okay, you can see over here, you can see in red in color. Go to duration assertion, now give 2000 and now see what happens. Okay, click on the pay button and now see, now you can get the proper response, right? So it is showing in green in color. See, so why? See, చూడండి how much time it is taken, 967 milliseconds it is taken, right? Here you can see 967. How much time you have given here in the duration assertion? 2000 time is given. That is the maximum time. Within that time you should get the response. So if not, it will throw an error. So 2000 seconds, 2000 milliseconds లోపలనే సో మీకు రెస్పాన్స్ రావాలి. రెస్పాన్స్ రావట్లేదు అంటే ఓకే, ఇట్ విల్ థ్రో ఎన్ ఎర్రర్. రెస్పాన్స్ వచ్చిందంటే ఇట్ విల్ కన్సిడర్ లైక్ ఏ పాస్డ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్. ఓకే, అలాగా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ హౌ యూ కెన్ యూస్ డ్యూరేషన్ అసర్షన్. సో డోంట్ యాడ్ దిస్ మెనీ అసర్షన్స్ టు ఓన్లీ వన్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైమ్. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ అసర్షన్స్ టు ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ రిక్వెస్ట్. ప్రతి ఒక్క రిక్వెస్ట్కి ఒక అసర్షన్ మాత్రమే యాడ్ చేయాలి. డోంట్ యాడ్ టూ మెనీ అసర్షన్స్. సి, ఐ హ్యావ్ యాడెడ్ వన్ అసర్షన్. హియర్ యూ కెన్ సి 3 అసర్షన్స్ ఐ హ్యావ్ బీన్ యాడెడ్, బట్ 2 ఐ హ్యావ్ బీన్ టగల్డ్. 2 టగల్ చేశాను. సో దెర్ ఈజ్ నో ఇష్యూ నౌ. So if I have been enabled these two as well, see, so now how many assertions are there? So 3 assertions are there: response assertion, size assertion, duration assertion. So 3 assertions I have been added. So let me execute this. Okay, what happens? See, if any one of the assertion is failed, it will throw the entire transaction is failed. See, fail and చూపిస్తారు. You can see size assertion is failed. Size assertion is failed. So కాబట్టి 3 assertions యాడ్ చేయకూడదు. సో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్ రెస్పాన్స్ అసర్షన్, ఆర్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్ సైజ్ అసర్షన్, ఆర్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్ డ్యూరేషన్ అసర్షన్. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ యూ కెన్ యాడ్ ఎనీ ఓన్లీ వన్ అసర్షన్. ఓకే, ఓన్లీ వన్ అసర్షన్ ఈజ్ మోర్ దాన్ ఎనఫ్. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ రిక్వెస్ట్ యూ నీడ్ టు యాడ్ ద అసర్షన్ లైక్ దిస్. ప్రతి రిక్వెస్ట్కి మీరు అసర్షన్ యాడ్ చేయాలి, బట్ డోంట్ యాడ్ ద మల్టిపుల్ అసర్షన్స్ లైక్ దిస్. ఓకే, యాడ్ ఓన్లీ వన్ అసర్షన్. సో దట్ ఈస్ రికమెండెడ్. ఎందుకు యాడ్ చేయకూడదు అంటే, సో వెన్ ఎవర్ యు ఆర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటింగ్ యువర్ స్క్రిప్ట్ విత్ ద మల్టిపుల్ యూజర్స్ అట్ ద టైమ్, సో సపోజ్ లెట్ us assume you have added the multiple assertions. Okay, so then what happens, it will take some time to execute that assertion. Okay, so it will execute the response assertion, it will execute the size assertion, it will execute the duration assertion. So instead of one assertion, it is executing 3 times, right? So therefore it will take some time to execute. So because of that your response times it will increase. Okay, so response times perugutayi. So if the response times are increasing, then you cannot meet your SLA. Okay, మనము మన SLAని రీచ్ అవ్వలేం. సో వాట్ ఈస్ SLA? సర్వీస్ లెవెల్ అగ్రిమెంట్. సో లెట్ us assume in the requirement gathering you have been your client given like launch should execute within 1 second. That is the SLA. So as per your client, he is given the requirement like, so request should execute within 1 second. 1 second lopalne execute avvali. So that is the SLA. And here you have added 3 assertions. Because of that, you are getting 1.1 second. But 1.1 1 second as a response time. Okay, so it is not meeting SLA because of these too many assertions. So that is not recommended, right? So here, because of the performance tester, so the response times are increasing. So therefore, what you can do, you can add only one assertion instead of 3 assertions. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే you are getting the response time less than 1 second. Why? Because of this assertions which you have added extra. So because of them, okay, we are facing the issue. Okay, the response times are increasing. So therefore, so I am recommending you to use only one assertion for each and every request. Launch number 15, I have added one assertion. Launch number 21, okay, so request number 21, I have added one assertion. Request number 40, I have added one assertion. Like that, you can add only one assertion. Don't add too many assertions. Okay, if you are going with size assertion, yes, you can enable the size assertion. Okay, you toggle this, you just untoggle the size assertion, that's all. Okay, see, size assertion I have been enabled now. So like that, you can add only one assertion. Don't add too many assertions. Okay, so in the real time we do not use that many assertions. And coming to the remaining things and all we cannot use. So bean shell assertion we can use, but at the end I will tell you, not now. If I will tell that, so you will be confused. Okay, so actually that also we cannot use, but in the interview the people they are asking you about bean shell assertion. So I will tell you that at the end of the course, maybe some before. Okay, so the remaining and all we cannot use. Okay, response assertion is important. JSON assertion I will tell you whenever I am telling about the API testing. Size assertion is important. JSR 223. So whenever you are using JSR sampler, at the time we will use JSR 223. But so in our case we do not use JSR sampler and all. You can ignore it. XPath assertion can be used by your Selenium testers. So comparison assertion we can use, but we cannot use that. Okay, so that is waste of time, and because of that, so your response times it will increase. So therefore, I am not recommending to use that. What compare assertion? You can ignore it. So mainly you need to concentrate on 4 assertions. One is response assertion, JSON assertion, size assertion, and duration assertion. So these 4 you need to concentrate. Okay, the remaining and all not required. Okay, that we cannot use that in the real time and all. The performance tester they cannot use. They will use this bean shell assertion, and that I will tell you at the end. Okay, bean shell how you can use and all. Okay, so you remember this response assertion, size assertion, and duration assertion. These 3 you should remember. Okay, ఇప్పుడు దాకా చెప్పిన వాటిలో, so these 3 you should remember, and you need to practice from your end. Okay, so on these 3 assertions. Okay, in the interview also the people they do not concentrate much about the remaining and all. Okay, why? Because the performance tester they are not using all the assertions. So whatever the performance testers are using, so on them only, on those assertions only, the interviewers they will ask you. వాడని దాని గురించి అడగరు. Okay, why? Because so the people who are having the experience 7 years, 8 years, 9 years guys also, they are not using that many assertions. Okay, ఎవడు వాడడు, ఎందుకంటే యూజ్ ఉండదు పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ వాళ్ళకి. ఓకే, సో maximum we can use 90% of the cases we will go with response assertion only. In some scenarios 100% we will go with response assertion only. So we do not go with size, compare, duration. We do not go such kind of assertions and all. Okay, so you don't worry about that and all. So whatever I am explaining here, you just know those things. That is more than enough from your end. Okay, so yeah, that is about assertion. Why we need to use the assertion, why we need to use. Okay, how you can add the assertion, where you can add the assertion, how you can validate the request response. Okay, so మనం ముందు చెప్పుకున్నట్లు, ఓకే, ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ you no need to go to your page and you no need to verify manually. So once you have added the assertion, so JMeter automatically it can take care. Okay, you are automating that process, manual process, you are automating it. Okay, so therefore JMeter it can take care about that assertion. So whenever that particular request is executed, so in the response it will verify that particular response. It is response body, in the response body or in the response header or in the status code. So wherever you are searching for any text, it will search for that particular text. If it is present that particular text, it will show in green in color. If that particular text is not present in the response, so then it will show in red in color. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, that is how your your assertion it will work. In the interview, the people they will ask you how assertion it will work. Okay, at the time you need to tell like, so for each and every request you need to add the assertion. So once that particular request is executed, so we can receive the response from the server, and that response will be there in the JMeter. Okay, so what we need to do, so we need to go in the response. Okay, in the response, so whatever the response text you have given, so let us assume, so in the response assertion you have given like welcome to pet store. So JMeter what it will do, it will search for that particular text in the response body. If that particular text is present in the response body, so then it will consider that particular request like pass transaction. If that particular text is not present in the response, then it will consider like a failed transaction, and it will throw an error by saying the response assertion failed. Okay, so ilaga meeru cheppali in the interview. Okay, yeah, so that's all for the day about the assertion. Okay, so any doubts from your end you can pitch in and you can ask me.